The following is a presentation of Muddy River Sports.
Welcome to another episode of Schuck on a Truck, brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota. It's November. It's football. We are at Advanced Physical Therapy Field because there's a big game here on Saturday. Second round of the playoffs for the Raiders.
Yeah.
How about that, Jack Cornell?
I tell you, it's exciting. You know, when we were out here after the John Burroughs game and everybody's saying their goodbyes, we're hugging all the seniors, saying thank you for a great 4 years. Never in a million years did we think, one, that we would be in, and two, that we would be back here with a shot. So just blessings on blessings, and couldn't be more excited for our guys and our school. This is a great challenge that we have on Saturday. We're excited to play Nashville. I think that, you know, historically they're a good football team, and this is going to be an incredible challenge. So we got to work it out for us.
For those that don't recognize the beard, this is Quincy Notre Dame football coach Jack Cornell. People should have known that.
Well, look, it just feels great that I've finally done something in athletics worthy of sitting on this truck and being on Schuck on a truck.
Well, you've been on the truck before. We've sat on the truck.
Sure.
We haven't recorded.
Sure.
But especially back in the day when you were an athlete, we did this more than once.
But you weren't doing this until after my playing days, you know. So again, I'm just it's a thrill and an honor to be here next to you.
I'm honored.
Hall of Famer Matt Schuckman. And
I don't have quite the beard you do, but I'm getting there. Like I finally decided I'm okay. You've known me for 20 plus years.
Long time.
Okay. Yeah. I've always had the goatee.
Yeah.
I've never done the full beard.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm going to let it go.
Yeah.
And see how it goes.
I'm a huge fan of that.
I know you.
Big supporter.
All right. So when you made the decision to go beard, how long did it take you to feel comfortable that you had it fully the way you wanted it?
Oh, well, I tell you, I never really made a decision to grow a beard. I just made the decision to stop shaving.
Okay.
After my wrestling career was done, my senior year in high school, I thought, you know what, I could use this extra 15 minutes in the morning to sleep in a little bit.
There you go.
And so I just stopped shaving.
Okay.
And haven't looked back since.
That's good. It looks good.
Well, thank you.
Do you care for it in terms of, do you use moisturizer? Like all the things people, you see commercials for beard moisturizer and beard trimmers and all that.
Uh-huh.
Do you go down that road?
No, I shampoo it with the same shampoo I use on my head. It's 2-in-1, so it's shampoo and conditioner. It's probably what gives it that gloss.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, however, though, our age is starting to show.
It is.
There's a little bit of gray in yours.
Yeah.
There's a lot of white in mine.
Yeah.
So,
well, when you work with teenagers every day like I do, it wasn't quite this white when I started here 6 years ago.
True.
You know? So now it's starting to,
But these guys aren't putting any stress on you at all, are they? Come on, you're in the playoffs.
You're right. It's like I said, it's a blessing. But that's part of the thing I love about my job is that there's different things every day. No 2 days are the same, and I like that randomness.
They're still 15, 16, 17-year-old boys.
Oh, yes.
And we know, having been 15, 16-year-old 7 boys back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do stupid things.
We get it.
Yeah,
that's
we
right.
get it. We get
that's
it.
That's right.
But one thing that this group has done is this group has banded together and really formed that bond needed to have success, hasn't it?
No doubt. And I think that you go back to all of the time that we spent together in the off season and the summer months, really just, working with each other in the mornings, lifting weights, or even after school. The practices out here in the evening time in the summer, like all that time spent together, it kind of forces them to come together. And then when you go through the course of a season where you have trials and tribulations, causes that bond to grow even closer. And this group in particular, like I think every year we've had guys that really grow closer and closer together. But this year, right now, they just seem to have a different kind of bond. I mean, right now they're sitting in the locker room, they're doing karaoke right now before we get ready to start our meetings. I don't know what they're singing, but it's probably not any good.
Well, see, okay, so they sang on the bus after they win last Saturday at Arthur. So I'm talking to Aiden Clouser, and I'm like, what were you guys singing? And he goes, oh, a whole mix of things. And I'm like, okay, and he throws out the first two examples he throws out, Katy Perry and Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a bunch of football players, and that's what you're listening to?
Well, I think there's a lot of Chiefs fans on that bus right now.
Okay.
So I think they're obligated to listen to Taylor Swift.
It's not what I would have been listening to.
No. But it was what I was forced to listen to.
Well, I could tell. Okay, so if that being the case, if Jack Cornell got to pick the music on the bus ride home, what is Jack Cornell listening to?
Ooh, well, before the game, I kind of been on Pandora lately and just listening to Young Jeezy on Pandora. That was what our strength coach in college would have banging in the weight room all the time, and that kind of that era of hip hop was, kind of when I was their age growing up, and it was awesome. I like reggae, and I think that just kind of gives you some island vibes, and let you kind of sit back and relax and kind of trick yourself like you're on vacation. I like all kind of music. I like Christian music. I like classical music. I like country music. I mean, I can get down on anything.
Your playlist is varied.
Varied.
I am too. And I think you've seen on social media, I'll throw out at times, I'm sitting at home in the office and I'll be like, suggestion for what I should listen to tonight.
I do, yeah.
And I get a wide variety. And if somebody throws me a suggestion, I listen to it.
Yeah.
No matter what it is,
yeah.
Even if it's not my cup of tea, I'll listen to it and I'll tell them, not my cup of tea, but thanks for the suggestion. Or it might be something I hadn't heard and be like, hey, I really like that. I'll listen to them again.
Well, I know that you're also known for like banging Metallica when you're up late at night trying to finish your stories and meet the deadline.
Metallica and Van Halen and that kind. That's
no doubt.
That's my jam.
I'm a big Rage Against the Machine guy in the weight room. Good. I think I can get down on that. I mean, anything that's got some emotion and some soul to it.
Some Godsmack would be good for that.
I do like Godsmack too. Yeah.
So
for
that's
sure.
Good.
Yeah.
This is Schuck on a Truck. I'm Matt Schuckman. This is Jack Cornell. Schuck on a Truck brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota. If you want to get rid of your car, Schottenkirk's always buying. And if you need a new truck, it's a place to go. I think I might need a new truck at some point. And I've had this conversation with some other guys. I had the Hunter Green truck for all those years.
I do.
And I went silver with this one.
Yeah.
Do I stay silver? Do I go back to Hunter Green? I think, which avenue do I go?
Gosh, I think navy blue would look good on you. Gold, maybe.
Maybe. Well, the shirt's got a little navy and a little.
I'll tell you what, you look.
I thought I was
spirited right now.
I didn't know if you'd noticed that or not.
Look at that.
So, but I think there'll be a lot of navy and a lot of gold out here on Saturday.
I think that's for sure.
Nashville coming to town for round 2 of the Class 2A playoffs. It's November. We talked about that, and the guys talked about it with me when I was out at practice on how's November practice different. Well, it's a little colder, a little chillier. But the practice level of intensity has never changed.
Right.
That's true, isn't it?
That is true. I think we want to practice the same, whether you're in the month of June, July, August, September, October, November. I mean, how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so we want to attack every practice with enthusiasm unknown to mankind. There's different things on different days that we want to emphasize. Like, our Thursday practice this week will be a third down blitz pickup emphasis. Our Wednesday practice was a first down emphasis, a normal down and distance plays. Yeah. So there's a whole lot of things to work on for a football game. And the thing that I like about the week is that you can kind of organize it to work on specific things. But we always want to compete. We always want to try to find ways to make each other better. And just like iron sharpens iron. So we come out here, we want to compete and try to give us our best. And again, like what we were talking about with these guys before the John Burroughs game was that you only got so many of these opportunities left.
Right.
You want to enjoy it and have as much fun. And that's the mentality we had that whole week. And then when we got in was like, let's just keep this going. Like, let's keep having fun. Let's renew our focus, but let's continue to have fun the same way that we've been having. And, let the score take care of itself. But, right now we're just worried about being the best people that we can be. And by doing that, we're going to come out here, we're going to compete, we're going to compete with integrity, and we're going to be try to be as prepared as we possibly can.
One thing you and I talked about this week was how your coaches, your assistant coaches, made great calls on defense last week, had that defense prepared, have done the same thing on the offensive side. A lot of those guys, like yourself, are Q&D alums.
Yeah.
That matters. It matters because Q&D's there in the heart, doesn't it?
It does. When you've got so many coaches that wore the gold helmet themselves, that played out here on this field or the grass field as it was before.
Yeah.
It means a lot to a lot of people, and I think that that kind of that home cohesiveness that we got here makes it a unique program. I'm sure that other programs across the state and country could say the same thing.
Yeah.
But when you got guys that come back after having graduated many years ago and want their program to still have success but have a hand in it, I think you get those guys best every single day.
One thing you mentioned was having fun, making sure you enjoy the moment, enjoy the week of preparation and all those things. When I was out of practice this week, I think I noticed some of that because I believe the guys tackled you at the end of one of the practices. Did I see that correctly?
Well, when practice ends, we do our cool down stretch,
right?
Because recovery is a big thing for us here at Q&D. And one of the stretches, after all the stretch, when they count, they're going to clap. Well, one stretch in particular, they are not supposed to clap, and if they clap, they're going to do up downs. So it's been a running joke with Noah Lunt and myself that we did it last week, so we need to keep that thing rolling. So he And he did this in the John Burroughs game too, because I mean, he thought like everybody, this was our last time. So
yeah.
Well, what's the worst that could happen?
Right.
So then he collapsed yesterday. Well, I told him, I was like, dude, if you do this, I got you. I'll protect you. And so when the guys started to bum rush him, I was fighting them off.
You were in the
and they
middle
were trying to tackle him.
And you ended up getting tackled.
And I got on top of him, and I just want the record to show that I was bracing everybody. The entire weight of the team was on me and not on Noah Luntz. So I still got that O lineman in me. I still, that protecting a quarterback nature is something that doesn't go away. So he was fine on the ground, and I was holding the weight, but that's how it should be. The lineman should be protecting the quarterback.
I agree. Yeah. That's the way it should be.
And it was a lot of fun.
I bet they looked like it. It looked like you were having fun with it as much as they were having fun with it.
I agree.
And that's a great thing. Saturday, 1 o'clock kickoff here at Advanced Physical Therapy Field. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to being here. And hopefully I get to, because, I hang out in the end zone. Or down on the sideline, down in the corner. And there's a little 2-year-old that I know hangs out down there at times. Is he going to be here Saturday?
Oh, you know it.
All right. I look forward to that.
My mom would say that and I think this is true, he would rather watch football than cartoons.
Wow, all right.
His first words were football and touchdown.
Very nice.
And it's not like we were sitting there trying to teach him this. Like, he just did that on his own. And I mean,
he's a Cornell.
He's a Cornell. That's right.
Great.
Yep.
I look forward to it.
Can't wait.
Thanks for doing this.
Yes, sir.
And I will see you on Saturday.
Can't wait, man.
For Jack Cornell, I'm Matt Schuckman. This has been another episode of Schuck on a Truck, brought to you by Schottenkirk Toyota.
Muddy River Sports. Our home, our sports.